I know what you're thinking. A tech channel is reviewing a toothbrush? Did you guys run out of GPUs to do benchmarks on? Well, absolutely not. For decades, the electric toothbrush has been an old piece of tech. There hasn't been a lot of advancements until now. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Anton, a power engineer, industrial mechanic, and a Red Seal electrician. We cover all kinds of products and topics in an approachable way for the average everyday person. I'm glad you found us. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. This is the first piece of oral care engineering that genuinely feels like a complete platform upgrade. It's not about faster spinning, more oscillations, or different head designs like pretty much every electric toothbrush has relied on for what seems like forever. This is about fundamentally changing the physics of how you clean your teeth. Think of it as like a horse and buggy versus the brand new automobile. We're introducing mechanics, hydrodynamics, and power efficiency that makes every other toothbrush totally obsolete. Now, you're gonna wanna check out the features of this thing because the engine inside that drives it is truly outstanding. Now, this is the old standard tired electric toothbrush. And it just vibrates. Now these things vibrate at a crazy high speed, and really all they've relied on is just vibrating more. Now you can hear this thing buzzing away. It sounds like I'm being chased by a swarm of bees. So it's out with the old and in with the new. Quick unboxing, see what's even inside this thing, and then we can answer the question about what the heck I'm doing with this glass of water here. No, it's not just in case I get thirsty during the video. We do have a functional demonstration so you can see what I'm talking about. Stick around for that, but let's see what's inside here first. Now the folks over at RANVOO, they know a thing or two about unboxings. When I unboxed my A-Ice neck warmer / air conditioning thing, I was blown away at the unboxing experience. So I am expecting nothing different with this guy. And right off the bat, I know something's up because of these tabs that we open. So you guys can't see this very well. I'm gonna try and hold this up. Look at this. Like this is, it opens up to this really cool, like pictorial demonstration of exactly what it is that we're looking at here. I love their approach to aesthetics that they have here because I'm not going to read the manual. We all know I'm not going to read the manual. So they trick me into learning about this toothbrush through pictures, and just I got a really good idea what it is that I've got here before I've even opened the box. Now I've got two boxes, and if I had to guess, the small one's probably got some peripherals in it. So let's check that out first. And it's even got a little flip up piece here so you can get a thumb on there if your thumbs are strong enough. Look at that. Like, so this just opens up like this, and then there we've got our different toothbrush heads. Now this looks like a sampler. Oh man, it is. So on here it says this is what each toothbrush head is. So we've got each of these toothbrush heads, and it says we've got the soft gum care brush head, we've got the balanced multi-effect brush head, and the diamond whitening brush head. This gives us the whole different sampler of the different brush head types. I really like that, and I love the way that they display this. Like it's simple yet really effective in my opinion. Now we've got this box, and like the cardboard on this inner box, it's got shiny RANVOO on it, and it's thick cardboard. It feels very premium as far as an unboxing experience. I love what the folks at RANVOO do for the unboxing experience. Here's what we're seeing inside now. There's a QR code. Please scan the QR code. You guys can try scanning that. I don't know, maybe everyone's gonna win a new toothbrush if you scan this thing. And then that's our manual, and then this is our first sign of the toothbrush. This is the space gray, obviously. We've got a little piece that we peel off here. It does come with a USB-C cord. Now, one thing I like to do with every single cord that I get is test it. So I'm gonna test this guy. And what I wanna know is this just a power cord or is it a data cord? And the reason I want to know that is because I have plenty of USB-C cables, and if this one is a data only cable, then I don't like to keep it around here. So I just use my computer, and we'll turn the volume up here, plug it in. Now it says that it's charging, but my computer did not recognize my cell phone when I plugged it in. So this is only for charging. So this cable will not transfer data. Now, obviously, you're gonna say, well, it's a toothbrush. What kind of data would you need with a toothbrush? Well, I don't need data with a toothbrush, but if I accidentally was digging through my drawer full of USB-C cables and I accidentally pulled this out and I wanted to transfer data from my cell phone to my computer and or from my microphone or my camera, I might start to think that something's wrong with my camera or my computer. And it can take you down this whole rabbit hole of problems if you have a USB cable that only works for charging. So in this case, this cable only works for charging. It does not do data transfer. So what I like to do is destroy them and throw them in the same garbage we threw that toothbrush in, because I don't want that around, just to avoid accidents. So the first piece of feedback, RANVOO, if you're watching this, put a data enabled cable. It costs an extra couple pennies for you guys, but I understand why you didn't put it in, but I don't like having them in my house. So for me, that's just wasteful for me, because I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. Now that you guys know it can only be used for charging, well, obviously you can take steps to make sure that you don't accidentally use it somewhere else. So this is the manual inside here. They left a little notch so I can get my fingers on there to pull this thing out. And like I said, we're not gonna read this manual, but if we wanted to, the text is a reasonable size. It gives you a quick walkthrough of the different settings, how to use the toothbrush and all of that stuff. But I'm hoping it's not that difficult. And the cool thing is it's got a charger stand. It's induction, so you just hang it on there and then that will charge your toothbrush. There's no other way to charge it. It has to be charged through this stand. So once you pull that off, there's a light to say if it's charging or not. And there is a magnetic attachment here. You can stick this thing on the wall using the 3M tape, and then this will just go on there like that, and then the toothbrush just hangs and charges. As long as you're close to a power outlet, then that cable would be long enough and it just charges up. Now there is a peel here that shows the screen, and then this thing should turn on as long as it's charged enough. So let's try sticking a toothbrush head on here and see. Look at that, even the back, they've got perforations in the back so that you can easily get your toothbrush out of here. Now, what is the main claim to fame of this toothbrush versus that other one that we threw out? And that is easily seen, sort of, with the head. Now, if you look down that head, there's actually a tiny little channel that goes all the way through this stem down to the head here. And you can see there's a hole through the middle of the head. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a hole going right through this thing. There's also a hole in the stem here, and in the back there's a little speaker grill here, and that's because of the core innovation here, the bubble flush 2-in-1 system. And what this does, in a nutshell, it sucks air in through here, passes it all the way through this toothbrush to here, and there's a little jet stream here that blows bubbles out of your toothbrush. And I know what you're thinking, a bubble blowing toothbrush. Like, how gimmicky can this be? But there's some real science behind this. So what the folks over at RANVOO discovered is that a toothbrush that vibrates at about 25,000 strokes per minute, that's a lot, is the most effective at cleaning your teeth. The problem is, it's not the most effective at clearing everything away from your teeth. And so a lot of those other vibrating toothbrushes actually go a lot higher. 25,000 to 38,000. The cleaning effect improves, but we start to see damage to your gums. And then if we go faster than 38,000 strokes per minute, we get no appreciable benefit in tooth cleaning, but we see even more dramatic damage to your gums and sensitive parts of your mouth. The ideal target is to get absolute tooth cleanliness without damaging your gums. And that's where that 25,000 strokes per minute comes in. So this guy operates below that 25,000 strokes per minute, but they also found an ingenious way to increase the cleaning effect. And that's where those little micro bubbles come in. And this is where this glass of water comes in mind. So I want to show you guys these bubbles. I want to test. And in fact, let's get that one we threw in the garbage. Let's bring this guy back and we'll see what it does in the same water. So you saw, I mean, it's a mess and I'm prepared to make a mess here, but let's turn this on. There we go. So here's, oh, there's the vibrating toothbrush. You guys can see what it's doing. It's not really doing anything. It's just vibrating in there. That is the old toothbrush. Now let's put that lid back on before we throw it back in the garbage. Now let's see what this guy does when we turn it on. So I'm gonna push. Okay, so this is on the soft setting and you can already see a bunch of little, like it's blowing bubbles. There's no doubt we got bubbles in there. Like that's pretty cool. We got bubbles and the vibration. Right off the bat, I can tell you this is not vibrating nearly as fast as that other toothbrush was. Now there are other settings. Let's see what the next setting does. This is the clean setting on the toothbrush. The vibrations have increased. They're still supposed to be under that 25,000 strokes per minute, and the bubbles are still about the same. Now this is the teeth whitening setting. It's a higher vibration this time, and there's way more bubbles. It seems like there's way more bubbles. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I can see that really well. So hopefully you guys can see that really well as well. And then this is the foam setting. Now the foam setting seems to vibrate significantly less. Like I can't, if I put it on the table, it's not really vibrating at all. And what I've got is just a lot of bubbles. So this is gonna foam up your toothpaste and make a really sudsy, toothpastey, foamy, sudsy mess party in your mouth, I guess. Now that's it for our water test. Now the beauty of all these bubbles is we get the optimal oscillation rate or strokes per minute of the toothbrush for cleaning without damaging the gums. The bubbles add an extra effect. So what do bubbles do? The beauty of the bubbles is they'll actually pop while they're inside your mouth. And when they pop, they create a little tiny vacuum as it pops. And that vacuum actually lifts the plaque away from your teeth, but also in the cracks and the crevices where the toothbrush can't get into. So that's where those other guys are just vibrating faster and you find that you have to push harder to try and get it into all of those cracks. And if you have crooked teeth like me, then you know all about trying to get in all those cracks. So those bubbles can actually get in the cracks. They'll pop, they'll lift and pull the plaque and dirt out from around your teeth and gums and everything without having to floss. Disclaimer, this is not a replacement for flossing. Please don't stop flossing and say, well, Anton, that Gears and Tech guy said that I could stop flossing, and then your dentist is yelling at you for listening to a tech guy about oral health care. I know the irony of it all because I'm trying to tell you about oral health care in a tech video, but I'm just so excited about the tech in the toothbrush, and it just happens to be a toothbrush, okay? The beauty of those bubbles is they're not using the friction anymore like we were using before. They're actually using cavitation as the official scientific word. It's like a little tiny depth charge that just blows up inside your mouth, pulls away the plaque and the junk away from your mouth without damaging your gums. Now, for someone like myself, I actually have really bad gums, and my dentist, if they're watching this video, are saying, Anton, holy crap, start using that toothbrush right away, because every time I go, they complain about my gums and they say, you're not flossing enough. Now, I usually have a really funny joke for them because they say, how often do you floss your teeth? And I say, well, I don't actually floss my teeth. I pay somebody to do it for me. And they say, oh, really? And I say, yeah, so I do it twice a year every time I come in and you guys do it. Now, they don't find that as funny as I do, and maybe you guys find it funny. Hopefully you laughed at how stupid that sounds. But with this guy, I'm still gonna skip flossing because I hate doing it. But if you do like flossing, flossing or you are flossing, keep flossing. Add this to your regular routine. Now there is a little bit more science in here. For example, the bristles only vibrate at a 12-degree angle. I'm not sure what it's 12 degrees to. I think they're talking about kind of the oscillation like this way and this way is only a 12-degree angle. And that's scientifically figured out to be the best way to clean the teeth without damaging those gums as well. Because the whole point of this toothbrush is get the teeth clean and don't damage the guy's gums in the process, or ladies' gums in the process, or their gums in the process. Whatever, you know, it's for everybody. This is the toothbrush for everybody. Now, some of the other features you might be kind of interested in is this battery is going to last about 60 days, 2 full months on a full charge. And that's because the efficiency of this toothbrush doesn't have to vibrate as fast, so it doesn't go through the battery as often. So you don't have to bring this charger with you on vacation. Just make sure that you've charged it all the way. And as long as you don't vacation for more than 2 months at a time, then you can always charge it when you get back. So no worries about that. The head is interchangeable, as you guys already saw, and there's different style heads and different bristle hardnesses depending on your teeth and your preferences. So the beauty of having the multiple heads in the starter package is it lets you try each of the heads to figure out which one you like the best. Looking at the design itself, it's actually quite minimalistic. It does everything through the touchscreen, which does have a display to tell you which settings you're using at the time. So you always know which way you're brushing your teeth. It goes to the last setting when you turn it on. And then you can turn it off or you can cycle through. So it's always going to go to whatever setting you use last. So once you have your favorite setting, you just turn it on, it runs that setting, you turn it off, and it stops that setting. Now this is kind of a bit of a space age design. This one is in their dark silver color. There's multiple colors available, which is a really neat idea because you can have his and hers toothbrushes, or his and his, or hers and hers, or whatever combination you have, or you can get the color that suits you the best or that you like the best because there's lots of different colors. So finally you can get a toothbrush that matches your style. Now this isn't just cool, it's also IPX7 rated. That's the standard rating to allow this thing to be completely submerged in water. They also added a nano coating to the handle of this thing. Now you might be wondering, why the heck do I need a nano coating? Well, the coating is actually designed to prevent mold and bacterial buildup. Mouths are gross and we're trying to clean our mouth. So there's going to be stuff flying out while you're cleaning your mouth. And so the handle's going to get covered in all that junk. And so a little bit of extra help to keep it clean can go a long way. Now for my final verdict. This toothbrush is a good value for somebody who recognizes what a premium toothbrush costs. Obviously, there's $20 options on Amazon, and if you're using that toothbrush and you're happy, I'm not going to convince you to go to this thing because it costs many, many times more than that. But those of you who are buying high-end dentist recommended electric toothbrushes, you're already paying in the neighborhood of this guy anyway, so it's worth that investment in your oral health. Because after all, you're moving away from the 20th century into the 21st century. You can leave your horse and buggy behind and finally get yourself that high-performance sports car that just does everything better. Now, if you're interested in one of these, I will put a link in the description where you can grab one, as well as a discount code so you can save a little bit of money. That code works on the website as well as the Amazon link that I'm going to have in that description. But I also want to hear what you guys think about this. Are you going to stay in that horse and buggy and just, ride it for everything it's worth? Or are you ready to move into the future of tooth brushing technology? Let us know. If you've got a different toothbrush, I'd love to hear about it too. Maybe you like those better. Maybe there's a different toothbrush that I should consider. Maybe this isn't everything. Maybe you found the best toothbrush. Well, I'd love to hear about it. Post in the comments. I read pretty much all of the comments and I reply to most of them as well. That's me responding to the comments. It's not some bot. It's not some person somewhere else. It's actually me. So I love to hear what you guys have to say. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.